So, writing a system of inequalities. You've got two examples here. I'm hoping you've already printed out the notes. If you haven't, pause it now. Again, if you need to pause at any point in time, feel free to. Starting off with, you guys can read through the word problem. All right. So you can take at most 20 hours each week. You need to earn at least $96 to cover your weekly expenses. Your dog walking job pays $4 per hour, and your job as a car wash attendant pays $8 per hour. Write a system of linear inequalities to model this situation. Now, as we've talked about before, you need to identify your independent, dependent variables, so your x and your y. Now, as you look over here on mine, I've kind of given you guys a hint, okay? The way I've done mine is the two things I don't know is I don't know how many hours I've walked a dog and how many hours I'm going to do car washing. I've designated dog walking, as you guys can tell down here, as my independent, so the x coordinate. Right? Car washing over here is your y-axis. That's going to be my dependent variable. Now, from here, what we want to do is kind of talk about what's going on. So starting off with, first and foremost, we can walk at most 20 hours next week, right? At most. That's very important. One of the things that you saw, I put up the inequality, at most, less than or equal to. Now, to find out how many hours you worked, you're going to add the two together. Add the hours walked plus the hours car wash. It has to be at most 20 hours. Okay? Now, from there, it has to be at least, you need to earn at least $96. At least is which inequality symbol? Okay? Well, you're talking about the greater than or equal to sign. Okay? So you know you're going to have greater than or equal to 96. Now, as we talked about before when we did our writing equations unit, $96 has value. So that means you got to give value to your jobs. Okay, so $4 per hour for walking, $8 an hour for washing. So 4x plus 8y is greater than or equal to 96. Now, as you know, when we have to do this, you need to put these in slope-intercept form. Okay, so add negative x to both sides. You'll end up with y is less than or equal to negative x plus 20. When we look at the next one, I would add negative 4x to both sides to start off with. You get 8y is greater than or equal to negative 4x plus 96, and then divide both sides by 8. And you should end up with y is greater than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 12. Now that's something we've already done, so we're not really emphasizing this right now, so we're hoping that you guys already know that part. From here, we're going to go through the graphing process. So starting off with, if we're going to graph this, you're going to start, we'll graph this one first. So starting out at 0, 20, you're going to go down one to the right one, down one to the right one, the slope of negative 1. Okay? You should end up with a line that looks a lot like that. It is a solid line because it is also equal to. Okay? Now, which way would you shade? Well, if I was going to shade this, I would shade down. Okay? We'll talk about that here in a second. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. The other one that I'm looking at, y is greater than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 12. Well, that's going to start where? Here at, 0, 12, 10, right there. There we go. Sorry. Down one to the right 2. Slope of negative 1/2. Down one to the right 2. Okay? So you should end up with something that looks like that. As you're doing that, your line should look a lot like that. Okay? Now, which way do you have to shade on this one? On this one, you need to shade up. Greater than sign, you're shading up. So that makes the area inside of here the solution. All right. So when we're looking at this, what we're saying is that any point inside this shaded region would work. Like, for example, we've got one here at, I don't know, there is 1 and 18. Okay, So that means 1 hour dog walking, 18 hours of car washing. That's a total of 19 hours, so that's solves the first one. That's less than 20 hours, less than or equal to 20 hours. And then 18 times 8. Okay. Got that. So 18 times 8 would be what? What do we got there? Is what, 144, and plus the 1 hour of dog walking, which would be another $4, so $148. So that's over the $96 you need to earn. Now, what's important and what I want us to see is this bottom part too. So even though you would rather walk dogs, it doesn't pay as much as washing cars. So what is the greatest number of hours you can walk the dog and still earn $96 you need to cover your expenses? Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, as you're going to see, is going to be that intersection point. An intersection point is going to give you that 16.4, okay? That's going to be important for you guys to notice. And the reason why is, as it says here, the greatest number of hours you can walk your dog. Well, the greatest number would be the one farthest to the right. That's as far as you can go to the right, okay? The least number of hours that you need to wash cars is going to be the one farthest down. So that's going to be this one here, okay? If you need to do that, take the 16, plug it in for X. Take the 4, plug it in for Y. And you'll see it'll come out to exactly $96. 64 plus 36, 96. So that'll help you guys out when you're looking at those. All right, next one. Grandmother wants to spend less than $300 on school clothes for her grandson. Pants sell for $30 and t-shirts sell for $20. Her grandson doesn't want to buy more than 6 pairs of pants and 10 t-shirts. How many t-shirts and pants could she buy? Well, starting off with, identify your variables. As you can see, I kind of already did a little bit for you. I chose pants to be my independent, my X coordinate, and t-shirts to be my Y. So now, same kind of idea. It says spend less than. So you're going to use the less than symbol, less than 300. And again, that 300 has value, so that means that the t-shirts have to be multiplied by 30, by 20, and the pants need to be multiplied by 30. So when we write that, 30x plus 20y has to be less than 300. Now, with that in mind, we still have to put that in order. So you're going to first add negative 30x to both sides. All right, so you're going to get 20y is less than negative 30x plus 300, and divide everything by 20. From there, you should end up with something that looks like this. Y is less than negative 3 over 2x plus 15. So if you're graphing that, you're going to start at y-intercept of 15, down 3 to the right 2, down 3 to the right 2 for your slope. Okay. As you guys are doing that, you should end up with a line that looks a little bit like that. Now, why is it dotted? Again, just the less than symbol. So any point on that line is not a solution to this inequality. Now, the other parts. There's other parts to this one. There's not just that one. Okay, we're going to talk, oh, I'm sorry, shading. I apologize. Less than, we're going to shade down. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a second. Now, along with this, though, it also tells you, if you look closely enough, all right, he doesn't want to buy more than 6 pairs of pants. Well, what is no more than? Doesn't want to buy more than. No more than means what? It means less than or equal to. So he wants less than or equal to 6 pairs of pants. So what's pants? X. So it's going to be X has to be less than or equal to 6. So we need a vertical line where X is less than or equal to 6. Solid as usual. And which way are we going to shade? we're definitely going to shade to the left. All right, from there, as we did before, when we looked at this, he wants no more than 10 t-shirts. So when we're looking at this one, if we're going to look at this one, no more than again means less than or equal to. But now we're talking about t-shirts, so we're talking about y. Y is equal to is going to be a horizontal line because it has a slope that is flat. It's going to be where the y coordinate is 10. Less than or equal to tells you solid, and we're going to shade down. For this one, to find the solution, it is going to be in the area that is satisfied by all three. And the only area is this one in here. So what this means is any combination of pants or t-shirts that is inside this area is a solution. It'll be less than the $300 she wants to spend, and it'll be, again, no more than 6 pants, or sorry, pants, and then 10 t-shirts. So for example, let's pick one. For example, there we go. So that is going to be 4 pants, and what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 t-shirts. So if we do 30 times 4 plus 20 times 6, that it better be less than the 300 that we got. 30 times 4 is 120, 20 times 6 is 120. That'll give us 240, which is less than the 300 her grandmother wanted to spend. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen. You guys will have an assignment dealing with this. You'll have some that you'll just have to write, and you'll have some that you'll just have to, you'll be graphing and find the solution for. If you guys got any questions, make sure you guys are asking me in class. All right, guys, have a good day.